I'd like good morning and welcome everyone to, this is our last Rotary meeting of 2021. So welcome everyone. I'd like to begin the meeting with the Pledge of Allegiance to our flag in the corner.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And back behind me, the four-way test.
Truth. If we are all concerned, with good goodwill and better friendships, and will be beneficial for all concerned.
Thanks everyone, and please grab a seat. We have a couple of guests today. Wayne Murphy has visited us from Charlottesville. Wayne, thanks for coming up. And if you'll introduce our Assistant Governor for the area, Robbie, please.
Our Assistant Governor for the area 7610, our for area 5, 7610, Robbie Respego, and she's also the Blue Ridge Treasurer.
Wonderful, thanks for having me.
Now, if you'll allow me, I'd like to turn the meeting over to Bill. Now, is school out? I mean, so do you have to go to class?
Oh, no, school's out.
School's out. Okay, we're good. So she can stay here all morning with us then. Bill is our host today, and Bill, I'll turn the program over to you, please.
I'll just do it from right here.
That's fine.
I have with me this morning Genevieve Chidlow. Genevieve is a graduate of Orange County High School. She's a freshman at Mary Washington University. And she is seeking a degree in education, teach English, come back to Orange County.
Hey.
You're in a group this morning that's very interested in scholarships and the help that we can give students. And Genevieve sort of fell through the cracks. She was a little late in getting her application in because of COVID. And the counseling department at the high school contacted me and said, any chance you can help Genevieve? And most of you know our OCHS Alumni and Friends Foundation is set up for scholarships for CTE studies. But Sean Gregg over here, who wrote the bylaws, put a little note in there that it's an emphasis on CTE scholarships. So we have some latitude. And we have some money that's come in that's not necessarily designated CTE donations. So we were able to take some of that money and help Genevieve. And Genevieve, just share your story with the group and what a scholarship has meant to you and sort of how, whatever you'd like to say this morning. We didn't rehearse or anything. I'm just going cold turkey and
Should I stand?
stand up. You take your mask off. You want to stay.
My voice is off and COVID, you guys.
Yeah.
So my name is Genevieve Chidlow. I've lived in Lake of the Woods since I was 2, and I've gone to Orange County schools all of my life. And when I went to Orange County Primary School and then switched over to 3rd grade, it was when 3rd, 4th, 5th was on one floor, and then 6th, 7th, 8th was on the 2nd floor. And I had been reading so much at that point that my mom ran out of books, so she sent me to music, and I had started playing the flute when I was 7. So I started playing with the Orange County Middle School band, the 8th grade when I was in 3rd grade. I had played for Mr. Bolus, and he really enjoyed me, and he thought that I would add to the program. So I did that 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th. And then in 6th grade, I just kind of realized that high school is really going to be what I make of it. And I know that I heard a lot, like Orange County, I just heard a lot of bad about Orange County from my peers, and that they didn't appreciate what it could give somebody, especially if you took that advantage that it would give you. So I began playing for the marching band when I was in 6th grade. Mr. Dawson asked me to play the piccolo because theirs had just graduated. So I did that 6th and 7th grade, and then I didn't do it 8th grade. I just kind of took a break from it. And then in 9th grade, they had asked me to be in the symphonic band. And that was when I just kind of began to really appreciate Orange County and what it had done for me. And then when I was in high school, I just had really amazing English teachers that, you know, they entertained my poetry when I was younger, and my poetry had kind of become a way for me to kind of just cover myself, because my parents had separated in 2015 and my dad left us with nothing. He had been working at Quantico. It was a big shift. So we moved in with my grandparents. Doug Chillow, if any of you worked with the Lions Club, he was really active with them. And they just kind of saved us and they took care of us. And then when my grandfather passed, I didn't really know if I was gonna be able to go to college. So I had filled out with scholarships, and I had only applied to University of Mary Washington. It was the only university that I applied to, because if I knew I was gonna go anywhere, I was gonna be there. And if I didn't get in there, I was just gonna go to community college. I knew I wasn't gonna be able to afford it. $24,000 just seemed like monopoly money to me at that point. I couldn't even imagine that. And I got into a car crash, so I had just come off of about $5,000 of debt. I paid it off myself in about 4 months. I worked 5 to 6 jobs in that time to get that off. And I wanted it off before I started college because I knew I was gonna have to pay this crazy fee. So I applied for scholarships from like January to March, like it was my job. And in that time, I had also been traveling to Pennsylvania, Ohio, because when my parents separated, my mom had started breeding dachshunds. And we started training dachshunds to run small game on rabbit. And then I started taking client dogs myself in 2019. So I've been doing that for about 3 years, and that had become a really important job for me when COVID let up and I had one class. So I just went really hard and I went to Pennsylvania for a month straight, and I finished about 3 field champions in that time. And then I had gotten my AKC judge membership, so it had become really important to me. And I was just continuing, I was just filling out scholarships 3 in the morning in hotels, just doing anything I could. And then when I understood that I wasn't really gonna be able to get $24,000, they had pulled my 4-year scholarships because I was just gonna go to a 2-year. And then the day that they had pulled those, I was working at 2400 Diner because I was still in debt. And they asked me if I even thought I could maybe do it. And so I was like, yeah, go ahead and put them in. So that was when they sent you my application. And I had gotten a lot from Mary Washington because my EFC was 0 and I didn't know what I was gonna do. So they had granted me, my financial aid was $6,000, and they had granted me about half to cover the rest. And then by the end of the scholarships, I had about $2,500 left, and the alumni and friends paid that off a week before school started. And I cannot explain how common my story is and how important it is for people to know that it's not unattainable. And scholarships are the only way that people will do that. And a lot of people don't even attempt them. So it's important that people need to know that they can do that, and that people are willing to help them, because college is something worth investing in. It's so important for your future.
Thank you.
If I could, I want to add to Genevieve's story. She and I have never met, but we have corresponded for several times on Mr. Satterfield.
Oh my gosh! It's so nice to meet you in person for the first time in like 2 years.
We've had, this is the first time we've ever met.
Yeah.
Put a face with a name.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I was getting these scholarships, I was like, what can I do to meet these people? Like, because typically there was a scholarship event and people got to meet them, and it was, with COVID, I didn't really know what we were gonna do. So I'm just, thank you so much for what you've done for me and giving me this time to share my story a little bit.
Genevieve, thank you. I'm Cecil Sneed, Superintendent of Orange County, and I'm dressed for Christmas today. But just want to compliment you on your tenacity and your hard work ethic, because it's that hard work ethic that gets you to the next level. And I like what you said. Life is what you make of it. You got to go for it. And so I just want to congratulate you and say that you're an inspiration. I can use you as a testimony to talk with the other students trying to bolster their confidence and get them to move to that next level. Just want to say it's heartwarming. What a wonderful story here on this December 21st. Also to you, Mr. Hager, I want to say to you, don't worry about the the linkage between CTE and teaching, because we have a program called Teachers for Tomorrow, where we're trying to, well, we are articulating between the high school, Germanic Community College, and Germanic Community College, and UNW have articulation agreement now where you can come back and teach. And the Teachers for Tomorrow is under the CTE umbrella. So see, your conscience is clean. So thank you. And I just, it's a collective effort. It takes a village, and I just, it's so heartwarming. You make my day. Yeah.
What helps motivate me in asking and just asking for scholarship money to help kids is when I told her we would do that, she broke down and cried. It just really got to me. I had tears in my eyes from her reaction and knowing that we were actually, as a group, making a difference in someone's life. And there's some people in this room that make this thing happen. Chuck Mason. When I first came up with the idea of this foundation, I thought we're going to have expenses. So how are we going to take care of all those expenses? So I came up with sponsorships for partners, I call them. First guy you go to is Chuck Mason. And he jumped right in, and there are 6 sponsors. Rotary Club is one of our partners. Sean Gregg, Sean I went to first when I had the idea of it. I said, Sean, I beat you, Jack. So I went to Sean and said, I had this idea because I've been asking for money for fitness equipment and band uniforms, and I was amazed that I could just ask for people to give money. So I came up, what can I ask for next? It was scholarships. So I went to Sean and I said, to be successful, we need to be a 501c3, we need to be incorporated, can you help? He said, I'll not only help you, I will write you a check. Didn't charge us a thing to set up the corporation, and wrote a very nice check, and has continued to be a strong contributor as well as Chuck. I know that we're looking at auto mechanics maybe in the spring, I've heard, and Dwayne's looking into it. I met with John Reynolds at Reynolds GM Subaru yesterday about renewal of their partnership, and I was telling him about this, and he said, we'll help fund kids who can't afford to do the program. So there's another right into what we're looking to do is help get these kids started so that they can get a great start in life. Dwayne has been a great board member along with Tony, and one of these days, and we're working on it slowly but surely, I would like to, and there's philosophy differences between OCHS Alumni and Friends and Orange County Education Foundation, but I think at some point we gotta all get on the same, we're on the same page, we just gotta get a little bit more cohesive and organized. And
the same animal.
right, and I know the folks, Martha and Deneen are interested in it as we go along, and Tony's going to go on that board. So Tony will be on both boards along with running the scholarship, he's the chairman of the scholarship board for the Rotary. So we'll start meshing and trying to figure this thing out as we go down the road. Her story is not the only one. Lily McDaniel graduated last year from Orange County High School, wants to be a nurse. And Lily McDaniel is a story that's unbelievable. She works full-time. She was at the nursing home. Now she's at Culpeper Hospital. She works 40 hours a week, goes to Germana in the nursing program, and is doing great. Spoke with her yesterday. I asked her, I said, you need scholarship help for the second semester? And she said, no, I got some money from G3 that covered it. And same thing with Genevieve. I called her some time ago and asked her about second semester, and her second semester is funded. Now, should Genevieve need some book money or what have you, other expenses that are not in tuition, we're gonna help her. And we've done that with some travel money with some students. G3 helped a lot. It saved us a lot of scholarship money. We've got a little money in the bank because of that. But we've tried to help the kids in other ways rather than just tuition. But it's worthwhile. And I really appreciate the support of Rotary. I mean, Cal has been a big motivator for and pusher for scholarships. And this is why. This is why we do it.
For a long time, for about 2 months before the school started, I wondered like how there was any way for me to pay you back, pay anybody back what you guys have done for me. And my mom just kept telling me that the best way I was ever gonna be able to do it is just by getting good grades and just keeping myself in the right position. So finals are done. I ended up with 2 A's and a B. 2 A's and 2 B's. Yeah.
Any questions?
What year are you in the program now? Are you in going into your second semester?
I'm going into my second semester, my freshman year.
Hey, David, do you have a camera? Take a picture.
I have a comment, I guess, more than anything. I was just gonna say, so I too put myself in college. I went to Georgia University, and it's tough. And I was working about 30 some hours, 40 hours a week too. But I will tell you, it was the single most important thing I ever did. I'm now the president of the Director, Charlottesville CEO. I'm the past president of my club at the University of Rotary Club. It has defined my career path, is having that degree. Nobody helped me. But when I look, I mean, people always help us, right? Our families, you know, in the sense of emotional, but in terms of paying for it, they help me. So what you shared today, being vulnerable, is incredibly important, and you're a role model for others.
Thank you so much. And you know, it breaks my mom's heart that she can't help me in the way that she wishes she could, but it's just, this allows us just to have a little bit of stress gone. You know, it's amazing. I can't even explain what it's done for me. And in the same way, I've still been able to keep at least 2 jobs in the semester. I train dogs and I clean houses. I clean a house once a week, and it works out. It worked out really nicely for me to stay in Fredericksburg. I'm just exactly where I need to be. So I can't thank you so enough for giving me the privilege to stay here, and just everything is. I just can't do this.
There's been different ways that people have been motivated to make donations. Sean made a donation and challenged people to give to the Jeff Kidwell Fund. And we call it the Jeff Kidwell Challenge, and raised $17,000. Just and we need to turn that into a memorial scholarship.
Yeah, but I'm not getting cancer again.
I like your hair coming back out. You call it your halo.
Never get a UVA for a haircut.
I'm just odd at how you manage it all. So how do you do it? How do you organize the work, the dogs, the cleaning, and school? Do you have a system that you could share with us so we all could figure out how to run our lives better?
I can tell you how the last 48 hours have been. I was scrubbing the inside and outside of windows. I pulled them out of the windows myself because I needed to do that for my future job at the lake house. It makes it much easier for me. So I did that for 12 hours, and then I slept for 6, and then I woke up and cleaned the rest of the house, and that took from like noon till like 1 a.m. and then I slept and woke up at 5 and finished the laundry and finished the house and got here, and then my nail popped off because of the bleach. But it works out, you know. I have my family helps me a lot. I have a super supportive mom, and my sister is 14 months older than me. She's also putting herself through college. She did 2 years of Germanic Community College and then transferred to JMU with the guaranteed admissions. And she's magna cum laude. She's done amazing. She is the role model for me. Moreover, she's great. My mom has just been so supportive of both of us, even though she couldn't help us financially. She's done everything else in her power, including giving us 2 emotional support dogs. You know, I've bred my own dogs. I've made my own dogs. My sister has done the same. My sister has bred and nurtured her own dogs from being conceived to being 4 years old. The dogs were really important to us. When our dad was putting us through hell, it was just sort of a way for us to kind of manage everything. So that's how I do it.
Well, Genevieve, you was just saying, he was asking what you can do to give back. I think you're doing it. Staying your course, keeping your grades, and sharing your story and empowering other students to hear your success and to know that it is achievable. And so I think that's what you do. You're giving back in that way. And so that's awesome. So keep sharing your story, keep giving other students the encouragement and the lead and the tenacity to stay ahead and to keep doing what you're doing. And I think that's going to be your testimony and your story, is how you empower other students going forward. So that's what you're doing. That's your give back.
Thank you very much. That means a lot.
Dwayne's son is,
Before you say it, she's getting some electronic props up here too.
Yeah, Genevieve, this is Mrs. Morris from the high school. I'm so glad to hear your first
We don't
semester.
have a speaker.
Yeah, Mary Washington is fun. I'm allowed to have my car there because of the money that you guys allowed me, and I have to park my car very far away. So there are some sad nights where I'm walking across campus from work at like 3 a.m. But I mean, Fredericksburg is the safest place. You know, I love it there. I've grown up there, and I was 8 and dreamed about just having a little apartment in downtown Fredericksburg. And I have the luxury of having a suite to myself because my roommate dropped out. She would not talk to me. I don't know what happened. And I never had a roommate, so it's beautiful.
Dwayne's son is at Cape Fear Community College, has been for the first semester, and he was a recipient of one of our Rotary scholarships. We gave him $2,500. And unfortunately, my technical ability, I meant to get here yesterday because I'm still working. I got another week to go. I didn't get here to get the video set up, but he made a video, and I will email it to Jamie, and he'll email it.
I'll put it on the website.
Put it on the website, and it's a greeting from John, and John is coming back to Orange, and we'll be going to Germana second semester.
No, next year.
Next year. And so we're helping him with second semester funds as well. So we had 24 students this fall, and all 24 have been contacted that if you need help. If you do, we're going to help them. Our board of directors met the other evening and voted to give up to $25,000 for second semester for students. So,
Wow.
and I put it on Facebook this morning. Cost about $7,500 to go to community college. And if we could fund 5,000 of that, that would really bless some families. So if you get, our goal is at the end of 5 years to be having 100,000 a year. So that would be 20 kids at 5,000 in community college. And the big goal should be 40 kids at 5,000, 200,000. And that's attainable. That's reachable as we continue to grow and reach out. So appreciate all the help from Rotary, support individuals that make Greg, and there's some of you in here that have made donations, and thank you very much for that, Ray. And then the $5,000 plus the $1,000 partnership. Now the partnership goes to pay all expenses. We bought a scanner, and we scanned every yearbook at Orange County High School. They're on our website, and we'll continue to do that. And that's gotten a lot of attention. A lot of people commented and how much they appreciate that. That was a lot of scanning. Ken Clark did that. But it pays for internet fees, all the things that you have to paper and printing. Ink's expensive.
You're not putting report cards in there. I'm thinking about Chuck.
So for $5,000 donation, we'll keep it off the web.
So any other comments or questions?
Can you all hear me?
I just appreciate what.
You got a question up there? Yeah.
We don't have.
Can you guys hear me all right?
We're typing in.
Maybe we can chat it in.
Try now. Try it now. Can you hear
Can
me?
you guys hear me?
Yeah. Are you on mute?
No.
I can hear you, but I don't think they can.
Cecil, in response to the education, the teaching, we have one student also at UVA in education. We have an engineer
How about now,
at
Jamie?
UVA.
Very good.
All right. Thanks to everyone again.
Bill, thank you
Merry
so
Christmas.
much. And Genevieve, you have no idea how special your visit was today.
Thank you so much for your time.
Yes,
It's so
it
nice
does.
to meet all of you and put faces to names and everything included. Your comments mean so much to me, and I so appreciate your support.
Yeah.
Well, I asked Genevieve if she would come and do this. She said, I'll be your poster child anytime.
Well, you know, for the benefit of our guests today, this club is just really putting its feet in the pond, so to speak, in scholarships. It's a new thing for us. And with Bill's help, our look ahead is strong, that we believe very strongly in helping people like you get an education that we know that you would like to get. And of course, deep down, we have a selfish hope that you come back to Orange and practice here when you're finished your schooling. So you have a lot of people cheering for you here. And if things get gloomy out there, come back to Orange for some help. And we're always here for you. And we work very closely with Bill and his group. And I think, speak for the club, that we're looking forward to a long time relationship with Orange County High School and the kids that grow up here. And so thank you so much. This may be one of the shortest Rotary meetings you've ever been to. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say whether we could get a picture of the village, that Barry can use for communicating the greatness of today.
Yeah, before everybody gets away, let us get a couple pictures. Okay, is that what you're asking for? Yes, okay.
Cecil and Sherry. And Chuck, and, you know, basically everybody in the room, except those of you who know you're not part of it.
Sherry, Dwayne, you part of this?
So we got a camera
Okay, great, that's awesome, thank you so much.
Get friendly.
So, yeah, snuggle up a little bit. Let's see, I need to get your.
My cheeks are covered
Yeah, just a little bit that way, Chuck. Okay, here we go. Take the few of them. Smile.
Merry Christmas. Wayne, you're not smiling.
I am. I'm always smiling.
Thank you, Mayor.
Thanks, all of you. I'm unplugging the audio portion. Thanks.
put one out.
All right. Cal's up.
All right. I wanted to thank everybody. This is our last meeting of the year. I want to just comment that we've had a remarkably good year this year. We got our programs done as agreed on time, and they work well. The club is growing slowly but surely. And we just finished a very busy week. We had a parade, a Christmas tree rededication, and our